Hello everyone, and welcome to the ancient city of Olympos. The city is located in the province of Antalya, on the southern coast of Turkey, between steep hills at the mouth of a creek. We approach along the beach with the citadel on the right before we reach the monumental tombs, then onto the ruins of the bridge and watermill. Further tombs lead us to a once grand villa. We then move on to the bishop's complex and the remains of the Roman temple. Next, we'll explore the North Necropolis and the entrance complex before returning to the beach along the side of the creek. Olympos is known to have existed since at least the end of the 4th century BC. The city was a member of the Lycian League. From the sea, the first location we see are the harbour monumental tombs, the first of which is situated on a high podium in a room that is carved out of the bedrock. The second, referred to as the tomb of Captain Oudemos, was also carved out of the bedrock and is situated in a 2-storey space. Through the trees we can see the remains of a chapel. On the left are the remains of the bridge, which linked the north and south parts of the city together. It had 3 arches. Turning north from the creek, we see a section which was used as a mill in the 19th century. The water channel, which is fed from a nearby natural spring, feeds it and was also created at the same time. It was built using material from the medieval walls and cuts through some medieval structures. During the Ottoman period, there was continuous settlement in Olympos, which was used as the winter quarters by the Yoriks between the 18th and 19th centuries and at the start of the 20th century. This is the tomb of Marcus Aurelius Archaeology and his family. He served as the head of the Lycian League. Opposite is the sarcophagus of Antimarchos and his family. It is decorated with reliefs and has a Lycian-type gable roof lid. The tomb is dated to between the mid and late 2nd century AD. Walking up the stream a little further, we find a villa. It was excavated in 1992. It is thought that the house belonged to the governor or an important family of the city during the early Byzantine period. It dates from the end of the 5th century AD, but was continually extended over the next century. Next we move south to explore the Bishop's Palace complex. This includes the Episcopal Church, which has a 3-nave transept basilica ground plan, typical of Byzantine architecture. It is oriented east-west. North of this is a baptistery, which is the largest amongst the known baptisteries of the Lycian region. The church is dated to the 5th century AD based on the architectural features and finds unearthed in the baptistery and feretory. According to an inscription found on a door lintel during the excavation works, the church was devoted to the Virgin Mary. The Roman temple in the centre of the northern city was built in the first half of the 2nd century AD, during the reign of Emperor Hadrian. It is known that Hadrian came to Olympos during his Anatolian journey. It is clear that it was the most important building in the city. Only the walls seen here of the sacred chamber and a part of 2 columns have survived. We now make our way west to the North Necropolis. Around 113 burials were found in this area. While the burials in the South Necropolis are generally adjacent to each other, here there is a somewhat sprawling layout with considerable distances between burials, with little attempt to align them on any clear axis. The presence of churches in the necropolis during the Byzantine period could indicate that the Roman graves were also used in the later periods. Burials started in the 1st century AD and continued into the 3rd century AD. These burials were likely reused during the Byzantine period. Heading back to the main street of the northern city, we reach the entrance complex. It consists of 11 rooms with an irregular layout, and steps of a staircase indicate that there was a second floor. It was used for residential, food production and commercial purposes between the 5th and 6th centuries. A little more about the history of the city. Based on its Greek name, the initial foundation of Olympos dates to the Hellenistic period. It was a Lycian League city from around 130 BC. Between the 2nd and 1st centuries BC, the city was ruled by the Sicilian pirate Xenicetes. In 77 BC, the city was captured by Rome. This led to intense urbanisation, but the Golden Age was during the Byzantine period in the 5th and 6th centuries.